Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. So the wife and I took a 2-day run up to Thunder Bay, Canada. Stayed the night overnight there. It's about 196 miles from Duluth. So here's just a quick video on a few of the stops we made and some of the stuff we saw on the road. Hope you enjoy. Eating at Rustic.
I should have put purple eyeshadow on this side.
If you're up in the area, you got to check out Rustic Inn. They got good food, but really good pies. This pie was freaking on point. It's a cherry something pie. Anyways, check it out. All right, so we're at Rustic Inn. Got some pies and some food. Probably about an hour into our trip. And on our way to Thunder Bay. So we'll get some more video of that. Beautiful day. Probably about high 60s right now. It's a perfect day for riding, no wind. Like I was mentioning earlier there, the weather was really nice. It was a great day to ride. It was a little bit cold in some areas, but then you'd hit these really warm pockets of air. The main thing was that there was no wind coming off the lake. Sometimes that wind can be a real pain in the ass to deal with, push you all over. So we got a little bit of cloud cover, you know, some small patches of fogs and that. But overall, it was a really, really good day, good 2 days to ride. Stopped real quick in this little town called Beaver Bay just to check out this agate store that they have here. I don't know if you know what an agate is, but my daughter and I love to go around the whole area and try to find them. They're these little red volcanic rocks. So just stopped in there to grab her a little something to add to her collection. This right here was probably one of the cooler parts of the trip. It's a place called PALISADE Head. So you pull into this, they have a parking lot right here that you can park at, but then you can also take your car or your motorcycle all the way up this little tiny windy road. It's barely big enough for maybe 2 cars to pass each other. But once you get up to the top, there's a parking lot for you, and you're just on these cliffs that overlook the water. It's really cool to check out. But I speeded up here so you don't have to sit through the boring ride. One thing that does annoy me is people parking in motorcycle parking. There's supposed to be 4 stops here. I put this little caption on here, but I should probably take it off because that lady, I believe, ended up helping us take a picture. So she actually turned out to be pretty cool.
I woke up last night, I look out, and I'm like, oh, there's a random man. I was like, some rubbers. And I was like, ah, whatever.
It's a crevasse.
Oh, right here.
Yeah. Don't fall in.
Can you come back here?
Yep. About 2 hours into our trip, or a couple hours into our trip, we hit Grand Marais, Minnesota, which is probably the last big stop before you hit the Canadian border. Really cool little town. Probably the spot we should have stayed at, but we'll definitely be coming back here. There was a cool little pub called the Gunflint Tavern. There's other guys on motorcycles that you'll see on the right, little touring bikes that look like they were on a little trip themselves. So definitely a town worth checking out. They had all kinds of cool little shops, donut spot that says that they have the world's best donuts. I don't know, we didn't try it, we probably should have, but that'll probably be for the next trip up here. The funny thing was on our way back, the U.S. Customs agent was like, "Hey, were you at the tavern yesterday?" And we're like, "What tavern?" She's like, "Gunflint." And we're like, "Oh yeah." She's like, "Yeah, I saw you guys there." Finally made it into Canada. I couldn't tell you how long the trip was because we did quite a few stops. The ride was well worth it. Canada itself, beautiful on the outskirts. Once you get into Thunder Bay, I didn't do any recording there because there wasn't really much to look at. You'll see I'm hovering around like 55, 60 miles an hour. I was having a little bit of trouble doing the conversion from kilometers per hour to miles per hour. From what I saw, 90 converts to about 55. So obviously I'm in a new country, so I'm a little concerned about my speed, making sure I don't get pulled over or anything like that. So I keep it around 55, but you'll notice on the way back out, I was like, screw it, we're out of here. And, I punch it to about 70, 75, somewhere around there, just trying to get back. Literally, this was the only picture I took. Once we stopped, the hotel was not what they said it was going to be. It was not anywhere close to what they said it was going to be. So we were kind of in a bad mood a little bit. So we just kind of hung out, said we went to Canada, turned around the next morning, got up early, and hit the road. Stopped at the casino in Grand Portage, had some breakfast there, lost a little bit of money, but overall, good fun run back. Doing quite a bit of construction right here on the way back into the U.S. This is the border stop, and then they got this light here that kind of pisses me off. It turns red and then right back to green. Son of a bitch. I already had my leg on the ground and everything. Like I said, we stopped at the casino to get some breakfast and do a little bit of gambling. The breakfast was well worth it. They had these really good potatoes, breakfast potatoes. Delicious. Spot right on the lake, so you get to view everything that's going on out there, which wasn't much, just a bunch of geese. But definitely worth checking out if you're up here in the morning. Grab some breakfast, do a little bit of gambling. Anytime you're on the road, anybody will tell you there's nothing more frustrating than one guy holding up a whole line of traffic. So as you can see in my right rear view mirror, there's a whole line of people just waiting behind this RV. Now the good thing about my motorcycle is I can pass people pretty easily. Bad thing was my wife was on the back and did not like it when I did that. So I had to wait, pick my spots, do it when she wasn't really ready for it, so she couldn't slap me on the back of the head and try to stop me. This was our second to last stop on the way back. Last stop being obviously Rustic Inn for some more pie, but this was Split Rock Lighthouse. Pretty cool spot to check out. Big parking lot, big old visitor center. You can go check out the history behind this lighthouse that they have. Really cool to check out. We didn't go into the lighthouse. We didn't want to pay extra for that. We just got a little pass to get on the ground, stick some pictures, and then hit the road, get back to the kids, and back to our normal lives. Anyways, if there's anyone left watching, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. If you like the video, hit like, subscribe. I'll try to get more rides out here. If you have any comments, questions about the bike, or anything about the area, feel free to drop a comment below. And like I said, hopefully get some more content out here for you guys to check out. Appreciate it.